We did it! I mean, they did it. We did it!
They stole our names! And they won tag team gold, which tells me, Manny, we could have been the tag team champions. I could have been the tag team champions.
You know what we could be? The Wolf Dog Pack.
We're going to add them all together. And we're going to have Pat. Can we say Pat is a member of our crew and he never shows up? I'm still waiting for the return of Death Triangle.
Welcome, everyone, to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny Hayes. He is...
Marcus the Grand Vanelli!
And if you're watching in South America, we are the kings of the road to rips.
Boing. The sound, what does the sound of a rope make? Boing. What a waste of a sound effect. Anyway, Manny, how are you doing today on this,
I believe Shinsuke Nakamura knows about my back because
oh no Manny, whatever you do, if you start getting big ass from Japanese man, you remember, stand there in fear. Okay, don't stand there in fear. You have to move. They could be coming from anywhere.
You know what, Marcus? I feel generally safe because you know why? Jackie Redmond ain't fucking near me.
She may all of a sudden, how did she get control of the screen? Oh, watch this. If Jackie Redmond ever asked me for an interview and we had to sit in the bleachers, I know something's up. Now something's up. You don't even do these. Marcus? You're not Jim Ross. I'm all right. I can bitch and moan about a million things, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm not. However, I do have a story to tell right now, Manny.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Because today started off a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday, as I woke up, I went to go do what most people would call a casual boo-boo or shit. Okay? My window is open, whatever. It's, it's high up in the air. I'm sitting there, I'm chilling. Da, 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 da. All of a sudden, I see a man just looking at me.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yep, this man was sweeping on the roof across from me. Just da, da, da. He looked at me. And then I looked at him, and then we both realized what was going on. And he casually pretended not to look, and I just got up and was like, let me close the shower curtain quick. And I went, oh no. Absolutely horrible way to start your day. And happy Valentine's Day. That man told me I love you.
Because do you know what? I've heard your side of the story. I kind of want to know. I want to hear his side of the story.
I can imagine going.
I've been minding my own business, and there's a grown man taking a shit, and he locked eyes with me.
Yeah, he's over there chilling. All of a sudden, I see him taking a shit. I was like, I'm going to pretend like this isn't happening, but it was. I felt violated.
Your leg.
But yeah, that's how my day started yesterday. That man saw some unwanted chocolate on Valentine's Day.
Well, speaking of Valentine's Day, there's a weird story I got here for you. Satoshi Kojima grants fans permission to eat chocolate bread for Valentine's Day. I didn't know we needed his permission.
Wait, what? Wait. What is he, a pharmaceutical company?
This is the quote.
Clear.
Today is Valentine's Day in Japan. I like chocolate, but I prefer bread. Yes, it's okay to eat chocolate bread. I'm happy to be able to eat both, but I get fat. But it doesn't matter, though. Brother.
Manny, I'm glad this made the news headlines. As Eric was saying,
it's the most interesting.
Slow week in news. Yeah, slow week in news.
Marcus the Bum wanted to celebrate Black History Month with you.
Well, that was a shitty way to do that. To do that joke.
I'm so glad my bathroom don't have windows. Ain't nobody watching me.
So I told Eric this story, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I really like windows in my bathroom. It's it let air out, and I understand it. I understand having windows. You have a ventilating system, but nice, good old fashioned, fresh American small field Los Angeles air. It's nothing like it.
Pollution.
Pollution. It's killing me, but it's fresh pollution. Fresh pollution. It's not
No,
my
I
shit.
tell you what. When I get outside of London, or when I'm in a very polluted Manila in the Philippines, and you go further out. So where I live in the Philippines is very like farmland, so it's all fresh air. By the time I've spent a week in that fresh air, I'm like, I kind of miss my pollution. I miss all the noise. I miss all this stuff.
I do, like, whenever I'm in a quiet community sleeping or trying to sleep, I'm always upset that I don't have random helicopters or random noises of people screaming, because it starts getting uncomfortable. Like, it's a little too quiet here. I feel like I'm dead. I need a little bit of noise. I need a little bit of action. I need somebody to yell, "Hey, your mama called you last week. You better get that chili or you're dead." Like, what the fuck does that mean? That's just comforting. Random shit. True story. That happened last night. Hopefully they didn't hear me imitate them.
Yeah, because you might get stabbed.
Shot, Manny. We got guns here. This is America.
Yeah, but good old stabbing is less. It makes less noise.
Yeah, but no one cares about that here. I would get shot in the middle of this apartment building, and people would just look out for a second and go, "What was that?" Hear me bleeding and banging on that door, pretend like they're not home. Call 911. Call 911.
Let's just jump into AEW Dynamite. It opens up immediately with Jon Moxley versus Dax. Wrestler of the Year 2022, Dax Harwood.
Why does that feel so long ago now? That's a hell of a year. So I want to say a proclamation about this, Manny. I know we can sum up this match in a million ways. They went like 20 minutes. It was fine, whatever. I'm sick of it, though. I do not want to see people kicking out of all these moves. I'm tired of it. Jon Moxley at one point landed an RKO, a power driver, and a curb stop to Dax. He still just got a 2 count. All those moves were buried at that moment. Like, what the fuck?
Marcus, it's because Dax loves pro wrestling that he was able to use the power of love to kick out.
I thought he loved his family more than pro wrestling, but it's always a toss up. I think he loved pro wrestling just a little bit more today.
I've learned that the BCC feud with CMLL continues in Mexico, Marcus. Guess what day?
Cinco de Mayo.
March 29!
Oh! Yes! Because that's worthy of Tyson, Austin, and Michael. I thought we were done with that. I thought we were going to be done with the CMLL guys, because they showed up. They were like, "Yo, what's up?" They brought their gang. People saved the Blackpool Combat Club. And again, no one saved Sting at all. And on top of that, more evidence that the Blackpool Combat Club isn't shit after Moxley, after the match, continued to want to choke out Dax for no reason. And then they got fucked up by, Claudio stuff. But yet people wanted to save these guys.
The pill driver.
That's a different one. But we know what you mean. He shouldn't have. There shouldn't have been this many kickouts. There's way too many kickouts on moves that I was like, no, stop it. Stop. I just think there needs to be a restriction on the amount of moves to kick out. Not every match needs to be the quote unquote dream match that you need to have. Dax could have stayed down. He could have stayed down. And if he would have lost like that, no one would have been like, oh man, Dax. Because Dax always loses anyway. He puts on these matches and he always loses.
We learned that there's no one to face Takeshita anymore. So the Don Callis decides, I'm going to put the family against each other. So at Revolution, Takeshita will take on Will Ospreay.
Manny, I'll have a question for you then about this segment. Don Callis stated he's doing this because back in he was young, his dad used to have a couple of drinks and have him and his brothers fight and see who was his favorite. So, has that ever happened to you?
No, Marcus, because I'm an only child. So how would that work?
Oh, so you're lucky. Well, I wasn't. And my dad had us do this all the time. No. The only thing I fear that could happen to us, Ryan made spaghetti or something this week, and me and him both feel we're cursed, and it's going to happen to us one day because nothing gave us a bigger kick and laugh than when our dad was making spaghetti, probably inebriated, and then burned his dick and jumped into the tub. Yeah, so like the handles of the pot broke off. We thought that was the funniest thing, and we were dying laughing. Fast forward to us later, we believe there's karma coming to us where our dick will be burned off about laughing so hard. But at the time, maybe one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
We had Wardlow versus some dude.
Barrett Brown, man. Barrett Brown.
Nah, if his name ain't good enough to have a graphic, he ain't worth talking about.
He looked like every bad boyfriend in every rom-com that ever existed.
No,
like he's like, hey, get your hands off of her, bro. Get your hands off of her.
You know who he looked like, Marcus? He may be going by Nicholas Jackson these days, but he looked like regular old Nick Jackson.
Nick Jackson back when he had hair and didn't have to wrestle with a cap.
Adam Copeland versus Daniel Garcia. The match was all right. It's a shame it just had to end the way it did. Why?
Really?
Oh, why does the woman still have a job? Why are we doing charity work for this guy's mother?
Well, I have fed up and saying, why is she on TV? I'm done arguing that, man. She's here. I am going to just accept it. Whatever. I do have a problem with something, though. And I am sick of this. This goes all the way back to WWE here with Mr. Cope, as Taz is calling him, with Cope. How many concertos has this man had that he's not in a wheelchair, drooling out of his mouth, staring out of a window in the hospital? He should be brain dead, man. He should be a vegetable at this point. How many times did the concerto backfire him? And you want me to feel mercy for him when he tries to do the same thing to Nick Wayne? No, he had it coming. Fuck you, Adam Copeland. Go take your time off and go film some TV show again and they make an Edge's return. As we got so many times in WWE to do the exact same thing.
Something which no one's gonna watch. Go film something so obscure that only people that like Vikings will watch it.
What is his last name? Wasn't he Aries in something?
I don't know. I don't watch Adam Copeland things.
Me either. It's like watching The Miz in the Marine.
I would rather watch The Miz in the Marine than watch an Adam Copeland thing.
But yeah, this old man had a match with Danny Garcia, and I don't understand the point of Matt Menard. I thought this was the night he was going to turn on him and join up with Christian. Nope. Kill Switch took him out too, and I was like, what is the point of all this? Where are we going?
So Samoa Joe comes out. He's unhappy with the championship committee as they took a page out of the Texas playbook, and made the match bigger and dumber. AEW rewards mediocrity and telling them they don't belong in the ring with him. He finds himself in a triple threat. He's threatening to hurt them both. Swerve tells Joe he needs to put some respect on his resume as he's been grinding for 15 years. Adam Page also comes out, sucks Samoa Joe's ass by going, yeah, he doesn't deserve.
It's a different. I thought we watched a different Dynamite.
Swerve doesn't deserve to be in that title match because he didn't get the job done in 30 minutes. It makes sense.
You didn't either, but you didn't either.
Yeah, I don't know why he's trying to get himself in the dirty, like as if because he Swerve didn't get it done. You didn't also get it done. That doesn't mean you both get title shots.
Yeah. I think Tony Khan should have went, you know what? God damn it, Paige, you're right. Neither one of you win. Samoa Joe, your new opponent is going to be Penta at Revolution. Or Commander. Or let me think of somebody else that's random that they give title shots to. Queen Amanita.
Did you get title shots?
I don't know. Did she get one? I don't know if she had one yet, but I'm just saying. These are the randos that get the title shots randomly against all the other belts. By the way, Christian hasn't defended his belt like a year.
Timeless Tony Storm. She says she took Deanna in. She nurtured her on her bosom of brilliance. She suckled on her teat of talent. And now she's bit that tit that feeds her. She's going to give her the old Tony Storm and much more. What do you do when you can't change the past? You kill it. Deanna says something in Italian, which it translates to talks too much. So she's going to keep it short. She's going to break her arm, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, I think she got her promo written by the person that writes Nyla Rose promos at the end of that. Why am I supposed to tell for Diana Purrazzo? Again, I think I brought this up last week as well. I could care less about her. Toni Storm is the only star in their division.
Well, they clearly made it that when it's big business, Deanna Purrazzo is going back to getting shipped to Rampage.
Yeah, you know what? I give her a collision spot too. You get a collision match first before you're forever condemned. Condemned.
Yeah.
Condemned to Rampage. It's eternal damnation. Forget it. Eternal damnation. You don't ever want to end up on Rampage. That's the end of your career. I'd rather be on 205 Live than Rampage. And that show's canceled.
Matthew and Nicholas Jackson take on Top Flight. The match was just there for me. They win with the newly dubbed EVP trigger. And then they get on the mic being interviewed by Tony Schiavone. They believe that they're the number one contenders. They believe Tony Schiavone is in breach of contract, publicly disparaging the EVPs. It's unprofessional and Bush League, and fine him $1,000.
Yeah.
They look to give Tony the EVP trigger, but they're saved by Darby. Darby reminds them the original mission statement was change the world. He begged for them to get a job, but they sorted out their California boys. Before a EVP with a sense of brains dealt with this, gave him a job, and he wasn't talking about Kenny Omega.
Yeah, he was talking about we want Cody. Which started a mild Cody chant in the crowd. By mild, I mean it seemed all right.
And then the tag match is made official at Revolution.
Here's my questioning about all of this. Just all of this. The EVPs was asking Darby Allin to make him number one contender. They're the EVPs. Why not just to make themselves number one contender? Why did Darby have to do it? They're over here finding Tony Schiavone $1,000 and pushing him on the ground and threatening to knee him in the face, and they're walking around in their blood clothing and whatnot. They do whatever the hell they want. But when it came to being number one contender, Darby could have simply said no and been like, nah. Sting didn't appreciate that. Sting told me to tell y'all, hell nah. He's gonna be tired with these titles. Fuck y'all.
The Bang Bang Scissor Gang said some things. Then Willow takes on my new favorite wrestler of the week, Sky Blue. She brought out the bear and it was on fire.
Why?
No!
That grab was bad. For those who don't know what we're talking about an old reference from Raw's Retro. Just look up the show and you'll see a burning bear and you'll see me and Manny cackling about the burning bear. incident. That's what we all should have knew. Vince had mental problems and all types of issues. Oh, Willow won. Didn't see this coming at all. I was expecting Sky Blue to win, but then again, Sky Blue has never won a wrestling match. I'm going to say that no matter what outfit she wore, I think she was Maleficent this week. Never won. It was nice to see 1/3 of the House of Black show up to work, though. Julia Hart made an appearance on the ramp. That was it. That's the closest you get to the House of Black doing anything. I hear more about the House of Black and Rhea Ripley interviews than I do in actual AEW.
What I learned apparently during this match, Taz has the color orange trademarked, which I didn't think was possible.
Yes. So, Manny, be careful with that Dynamite logo. I see that down there. Be careful.
You don't think you can take on Taz at this point? I take on Taz.
Well, as we called Bronson Reed a barrel and a ball or whatever thing, just giant. Taz is about the same thing, but on a smaller scale. He's like those little balls you can get. He's like a tripod. He's like a tripod at this point.
Then we get the worst match ever: Orange Cassidy versus Matt Taven in a Texas
Really? Manny, I feel like it's a little harsh to call the worst match ever. That's a little extreme.
All right, worst match of the week. Marcus, I'm giving this award out. Matt Taven is the dumbest wrestler of the week.
Oh, explain. There's been some wrestlers this week.
He got up at the end of this match, put his arms out, and then must have said something, and allowed Orange Cassidy to punch him in the face with a chain. He is the dumbest person of the week because he could have moved. He stood up and just let it happen.
I wouldn't say that's the worst finish. It's one of the worst finishes I've ever seen. It was not organic or anything. It was just like, I think time's up. Punch him.
Yeah, and then while this is happening, Roderick Strong decides to get in the ring and try to knee Orange Cassidy, but he gets Trent instead.
Yeah, so here's my question, Manny, and I want to follow these. I'm doing my best to keep up with these AEW storylines. I'm sorry if they get mixed up. Maybe I need to watch more Collision, but I didn't put Collision on a Saturday competing with other shit. Okay, but Roderick Strong is still fighting Orange Cassidy at Revolution for that title.
Yeah.
What happens if Taven won tonight?
I don't think the title was the title on the line.
The title was on the line. The title was on the line. The title's been on the line. Every time you see Orange Cassidy in the ring, the title's been on the line.
Well, I guess given that if Wardlow wins the World Heavyweight title, he's just going to hand it to Adam Cole. I'm assuming Matt Taven, by the law of the land in the Undisputed Kingdom, is he hands the title to Roderick.
Because I was thinking that the entire time as they fight to the death, there's blood, there's tables, there's thumbtacks, and a bunch of Valentine's Day stuff. In another Texas, I think our 5th Texas death match this year. This is the first time it's actually in Texas. Yeah, so I was just wondering, and then, let's say, Orange Cassidy did win the match, and Roddy was just kind of brushed off. Roddy looked weak. Why? It looked like Taven should get a rematch at this point. I was 100% against all this.
It feels like Roddy missed his cue to get in this ring.
Yeah. He seemed really late.
Yeah, he was really, because the count was up to 5 by the time that happened.
Yeah. And you would think he would pick up his boy instead of going after Orange Cassidy. I would have just grabbed Taven and pulled his leg out, and he would have broke the count.
I was really trying. I really wanted to like this episode of Dynamite, but there was only 2 things I liked about it. It was the opening match and Tony Storm. That promo just made me laugh.
Yeah. So that vignette of the tattoo replacement, I give him that. You know, as much as I shit on the Mox and Dax thing about them kicking out of moves, still enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the hard hitting style. The Bucks were all right, even though I'm against everything that Darby Allin gets to make the match.
I don't. Do you know what their new persona it doesn't, and they've changed the way they wrestle a bit as well. So it's kind of like you took the fun part of being the Young Bucks away. Now you're not even entertaining. You're just there.
They're doing better heel work, Manny. They took the Young Bucks away from you, okay? They took it. They're not giving you the flipping and do, the skipping and flips. I mean, they may do that at a pay-per-view, but I like that it is a different style that they're trying to wrestle. I am supporting their decision to change. At least they changed.
I think the president of China is here to wish us all a happy new year and good health.
President of China? I thought that was Winnie the Pooh. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
We're going to get banned in China now because of what you just said.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What was our name? The Midnight Panda Express? That's our name in China or whatever it is. We cannot go there
Marcus is actually wearing nothing underneath that below his below the shirt. He's actually winning the pooing right now.
This is exactly the same view the guy had looking through my window. Maybe he thought, is that Winnie the Pooh sitting there?
Wait, you were taking a shit in the podcast sweater in the morning?
No, I wasn't. I just woke up. I probably had a white tee on, but the image in people's head would probably be me in a podcast sweater. This is bird in the head.
In the comments, tell us when Marcus is telling the story, what did you imagine him wearing?
I guess sweater. Speaking of this thing, medical, look, help! I'm falling. I can't get out. That made me laugh earlier, and I didn't want to do it. So all the Undisputed Era is trash.
It's dead.
Only had his head tan. By the way, he was very orange this week. Maybe Taz made him a cease and desist. Meanwhile, on tapings, Sammy Guevara may have killed Jeff Hardy. So
that. NXT, the show opens up with Robert Stone and Von Wagner sneak attacking Noam Dar and Oro Mensah, which I thought was very childish to yell sneak attack.
The kids were there, Manny. The kids were there.
By law,
kids better not be getting a paycheck.
By fair game, really what upset. I said on ETE at some point last year. If you show up to a wrestling event, you're legal. So therefore, you're allowed to get kicked in the face.
So you think we can take out the kids now, Manny? You think they're fair game?
Yes. Josh Alexander's son, also fair game.
I know, Manny. I know. You said that multiple times, and now I fear the day that Josh Alexander makes a surprise appearance to Pro Wrestling E, and Manny sees him and goes, "The fair game, knee, fair game, knee to the face."
You know that Samoa Joe face wash in the corner where he runs from the other side of the ring and just kicks through their face? I'm going to line up them, all of them like that, and just kick, and then take out all three at once. And I know what you're thinking. Manny, that's not possible. It is.
What?
I can bend bullets.
Oh, I didn't know.
What was that terrible movie? What was that terrible movie called?
Oh, come on. Now blank it out. I want it.
Yeah, there you go.
Awful. Bullets. A Luma Faith. Morgan Freeman wanted to shoot that motherfucker.
So we get the Metaphor versus Von Wagner and Robert Stone. I guess it was okay.
It was okay. It was fine. Robert Stone needs to channel his inner Robbie E because he's still in amazing shape. Like, I don't understand why he stopped wrestling, but he's in amazing shape. Like, It was ridiculous. I was like, I can make money off Robert Stone. Von Wagner, not so much.
Lexus King in the back gets in their face. talks about them losing, suggests his kid should look for a new role model that wins. I tell you, Marcus, whoever's doing Lexus King beard needs to be locked up. That is
This is out of
ridiculous.
control. It's getting
That
ridiculous.
was ridiculous. What
Now
like,
it's mud chops with
that's
the
like-
beard.
there was like a bit slit out here, so that he's got
Yeah.
a sideburn that pumps out, and then the rest of the beard sticks out. Ridiculous.
It was the same person I think that lined up Shinsuke this week, and I think it's the same person that does Minoru Suzuki when he's in America. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. This sprayed on beard is out of control. But it is entertaining to see what is the beard going to look like next week.
Gulak's boys were admiring the Heritage Cup in the back and make their intentions known that they want it.
Yeah. I was like, okay. You 5 quarters or whatever you guys call yourself. Cat screw. You guys in the cheap Blackpool Combat Club. That's all you guys are. You're not even Wish version. You're like Dollar General version of the Blackpool Combat Club.
They even want Cody in China.
Well, if Jinping wants it, then you know what's gonna happen.
Rock sucks. Chase U got all their stuff back. He praises them coming back thanks to JC motherfucking Jane. She then pays Adriana Rizzo their money.
Did you feel? I don't know. Was it weird for you to see this? I don't know why. It's weird. They've been in the same segment. They're on the same show. But I just felt like we crossed the streams of universes for some reason. When she was there, it felt like an Avengers cameo. I don't know why. For me, when she showed up, I was like, "Oh, they're breaking something here." No, this is just a random character. But I felt like, and it's like the bag is heavy, and I'm like, I gave you a little extra. You better count that money or the dog's gonna whoop your ass. I'm serious. I've dealt with pimps and mamas. Don't go by the feel. You better count that in front of everybody.
Ridge Holland versus Gallus and the Gallus boys in the gauntlet. Wolfgang is eliminated during the break. That's how I knew this match wasn't important. The match ends in a DQ.
Oh, right? I did. When they said that, I went, "Oh, I skipped over that."
The match ends in a DQ as Joe Coffey breaks a pin. Ridge does the weakest chair shots and then repeatedly gives them to Joe Coffey, then sits in the corner, Marcus, like he was Bob Backlund when he snapped in 94.
These hands. By the way, hilarious. That's something that is burned in my head whenever I see somebody look at their hands immediately. Bob Backlund. I've always wanted to have a moment in my life where I could just be like, "Oh my God, I fucked everybody up. Look at these hands."
So yeah, do you know what? Yesterday afternoon when I was waiting around, so I was watching NXT, so I saw this bit, and then I also saw the bear. I was like, "This is the best non-wrestling day I've ever had." I've got a 94 reference of Bob Backlund, and then I've got the teddy bear that brought us so much joy as Rory's Retro died.
Ever since we saw that bear burn, man, it was like, oh, that's the end of Retro.
Nothing could get better than that.
It peaked.
Lola Vice takes on Tatum Paxley. Lola Vice chokes out Paxley with a vice grip. Lyra Valkyria carries Paxley to the back. Shotzi challenges Lyra for a title match next week. Unfortunately, Shotzi got injured during that match. Spoiler alert, which was taped for next week, doing an apron DDT, which is like a normal spot for her to do.
Yeah. This is like of all the Shotzi dives and random stuff, you think that wouldn't be the thing that got her injured, but
I hope it isn't too bad. But she's off of SmackDown this week, and probably I don't think she was going to make it to Chamber in the first place.
Opens up a spot.
Yeah.
But also, with that being said, I don't know if you're summing up the Roxanne Perez part of all this and Ava stuff in all of this.
Oh, I've got that.
Like,
I've got.
You can sum all that up. Oh, okay.
So I can do this all in one sentence.
Okay.
So Roxanne Perez is standing off in the locker room when Ren tries to talk some sense to Roxanne and just hits her. Whilst in the other locker room, Lash Legend and Jakarta be running their mouths at Kalani Jordan.
Yes.
And then Roxanne tries to put her big girl pants on when she talks to Ava, but Ava says, "Nah, did you hit that woman in the face? Yes, and so you'll not have to face her next week."
That's the consequence. Oh, we got to really fight. Imagine Draymond Green punching somebody in the face. Oh yeah, and I'll still go. Oh well, Draymond. Next week you have to fight that guy.
Do you know what? I sent you that video. Draymond Green belongs in the Russian basketball league.
Yeah,
where they do suplexes, choke people out.
What's that?
The NBA is for pussies. Go watch Russian basketball where German suplexes happen.
Yeah, like, and it's not like on mats or anything. This is just on the hardwood floor. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
And you're not even expecting it, so you could die.
Yeah,
you could get dropped on your head and die.
Yeah, and no one would care. They just replace you with someone else. Russian basketball. But a lot of shit happened. Ava makes matches. That's kind of what happened.
He has banned The Rock from entering China.
Oh no!
By the way, people, this isn't a bit. Like, it's not me and Marcus doing a bit. This is clearly happening in chat.
Really, Levi? You gonna defend Draymond today? Draymond almost got kicked out of the league last night for just getting involved in something he wasn't involved in. His guy flopped. I forget who pushed Plumlee in the back after he thought he hit him. Draymond goes and just begins taunting everybody, which rallied the Clippers to, well, Ty Lue got ejected, which rallied the Clippers to come back and whoop the Golden State Warriors' ass last night. So Draymond's a detriment to his team.
Adriana Rizzo takes on Jada Parker. Do you know what? It wasn't bad. Rizzo,
no, I think Jada Parker's good.
Rizzo is very green. I don't know how much experience Jada Parker has, but like the offense looks sound. Yeah, the offense looks sound. Rizzo probably might be good. Do you know what I found interesting? The green people were wearing green.
What?
So Adriana Rizzo's ring attire was green, and Brinley Reese was also wearing all shades of green.
So you think this might be a new thing? Everybody who's new, you wear green. You're the green shirt. Yeah. Your green shirt. Yeah, I thought this was good. You know, the Lola Vice chokeout was something that, you know, I wouldn't mind dying too. Like, that's the way I died. Like, Dax, you got choked out by John Moxley. That's not cool. Being choked out by Lola Vice, that's not that bad. And then you have this match where I just thought Jada Parker just fit the bill and may have took.
Didn't she do a bonsai drop while she was laid sprawled across the middle rope in the corner?
Yeah, I thought that was a good move. And I went, I'm going to say this about Jada Parker. I think she done took Nikita Lyons' job. They put a real black woman in that spot.
Yeah, but Jada Parker don't talk like
like no one talks like Nikita Lyons, man. That's 1975.
Do you know what? I was a little upset by the next scene, Marcus.
Why?
The detective agency named Dijak has upgraded his tech as he rewatched last week's match on an iPad as he seeks vengeance.
So what you want him to put a VHS into a thing and hope the thing works?
Yes, Marcus, it's all about the ASMR when he did that stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, Marcus, no, I didn't. I don't want him doing it on a VCR. I want him doing it on a projector.
I want to see him putting the film together. I want him to have one of those, you know, the old, like, I think it's called Nickelodeon, where they just roll in there and look into the thing. Just like that, like, what the fuck, Dijak? Oh, that's tech. You want to use old tech?
Yes, all in Shawn Michaels' office.
Yes.
So that leads into Carmelo Hayes versus Joe Gacy. This is a good match between these two. Melo wins with nothing but net, then talks in the camera, calling out Dragunov. Dijak beats up Gacy as Melo leaves with a nightstick and then puts Joe Gacy in a straitjacket and drags him to the back. What is also seen online is more video of him just dragging her around backstage.
Oh, is that what happened? Because for me, when the segment ended, it was Dijak last big boot. And I said, I waited all this time for you to put this man in a straitjacket, don't give him a big boot, and drag him off. It took so long for him to put that straitjacket on. And I'm like, no one can help Gacy at this point. No one. I mean, I wouldn't
either. His arms are free, and he was just flailing like he was enjoying it. But like, I was like,
he was flopping like a ring to ring, like a fish. I don't even know. Like, anyway, back to the match. I thought it was a really good match, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell do we do with Joe Gacy. And I think maybe they figured it out. They're teaming up with Dijak. Maybe that's what happens. They carried him out the team with Dijak.
And then Marcus Obafemi. His promo was incredible.
Yes.
He sounded like a true villain.
He is a true villain.
Says it will take more than fighting spirit to take away the title from him. That title represents supremacy, which makes him the alpha species. Dragon Lee was the best casualty, but he won't be the last. Send anyone to take this title from me, but don't send anyone you want back.
Yes! That was a cold ass line when I was like, oh shit. Well, he got a point.
So what's interesting on his Twitter account, his actual profile picture, he's named his fan base, which I believe is going to get changed immediately.
I'm saying feminists?
The Oba feminists.
Yes! That's much better than who was it? Was it Lexi King?
Yeah.
What did he call him? Oh my god, I'm blanking out.
It was sexual though. I remember that. I just can't remember what he said.
I can't remember either. But I feel the Oba feminist. I would be a feminist with him. But the man's threatening lives now. He's threatening lives. No one's taking that title from him. He's a killer.
Well, so out comes Lexus King with a death threat, with a death wish, I should say. He wants to congratulate him on all his successes, but he wanted to get something off his chest. He has taken off. He's taken offense at him calling himself the ruler when he is the king. He also has the nerve to claim he softened up Dragon Lee so he could use the contract. So if it wasn't for him, Obafemi wouldn't have that title on his shoulder, and King suggests that he's going to take it away from him. Obafemi replies, I don't deal with empty threats. King says it wasn't a threat, it was a promise. And the king always keeps his promises. So Obafemi gives him a title opportunity and says the throne he will be sitting, he isn't taking his throne away from him. He's going to have it for a while. He tries to jump on him, but he fails and retreats like a bitch.
They fight a little bit. Okay. Lexi King dies next week on NXT.
Jensen yells at Brooks.
Lexicals? No.
Lexicals, yeah. I think it was Lexicals. Jensen yells at Brooks, you wanted me to grow some balls, and then they have a pull apart. The funny thing was, Brooks, it took you a week to come up with that.
Yeah. Yeah, like when he said that, it took you a week to go with that. He's like, and they start fighting. I was like, wow, that was the worst comeback ever in the history of. Next week, we watch the last match of Jensen WWE.
You think he's being fired?
I think he's on the chopping block.
He can't be on the chopping block. He's a second generation superstar.
Didn't stop Manu from getting fired. Manu might be third.
Well, I don't know if he's actually on that on the family.
He was.
Kiana James takes on Brindley Reese.
Hopefully.
It was all right. Kiana wins. Edris was in the back trying to be mean about Brindley losing, but it didn't break her spirit. because she isn't mad or angry. It just made her more motivated. And Marcus, I hate those types of people. It makes me want them. She's exactly like Willow. And every time I see Willow run around the ring, come to the ring, all smiling and everything, I want to bring that. I want to make her sad. Just like when Julia Hart spat in her face and she was angry for a few weeks. That made me happy.
So let me get this straight, Manny. You were happy when Sky Blue probably got spit in the face and she's now dark and evil. You're probably were happy when Bailey killed her Bailey buddies.
Yes.
And whenever Izzy gets called into the WWE randomly or whatever, and her wrestling training goes, you can't wait to see her get destroyed by Obafemi or whoever. Just take her happiness away.
Jesus, if Femi did that, I don't think she'd be alive.
No. I don't even know why that name popped in. Manny was happy to see Kylie Ray leave. She was one of those other happy spirits.
No, I'll leave her. I'll leave Kylie. I'll leave her alone. She only want to allow. She's the only one to allow because she's gone through the worst of it already.
She had to walk into Jericho in his underwear. Trying to do his best Vince impersonation.
That she's dealing with her own mental struggles. I think she's got like alcoholism and all this other mental health stuff. So she gets a pass. Everyone else, coming for you.
I'm ruining your life.
And when it happens, I prayed for this.
I prayed for this, Willow. I prayed for this.
So the Wolf Dogs take on Tony D and Stax, and they are your new tag team champions. The match was okay. Marcus, I don't know what the plan is with putting the titles on them.
To lose it at Stand and Deliver, I'm assuming.
Well, I'm thinking that Bron Breakker is going up with Corbin.
Yeah, but I don't know if Corbin's coming back. This is his first title in 6 years. I don't know if he's going back to the main roster.
It's not 6. It's actually 7.
Oh, they were wrong.
He said 6, but it's actually 7.
Oh wow. Shit. What was the last title he had? I don't remember him winning a belt.
I think it was a US title.
Shit. So they won, and I feel they got the belts to lose it at Stand and Deliver. I don't know who to, because I wouldn't put it on Tony D and Stax again. Maybe what? Who's a good opponent for them? I hope it's not OTO.
No, it can't be OTM. But there is no one really that they. Realistically, if you look at Bron Breakker, the only way they lose those titles if those two break up.
Well, yeah. So it's gonna be dissension or something at Stand. Like at Stand Deliver, whatever they're gonna do, it's gonna probably be a little dissension. Excuse me.
Or if Bron Breakker decides, I'm gonna go to Raw or SmackDown, and he takes Corbin with him. Shawn Michaels goes, you got to leave those here. You can't take them with the. You can't take them up there.
But the only tag team I can think of in NXT right now are either, I guess, Axiom and Frazier are a team, but I don't see them really winning.
No,
and then Idris. You have Idris and who've been featured more, but I don't see them winning anything.
I see them feuding maybe a little bit with the family, only because they've got 2 men and a woman as well.
I maybe it's Chase U, because they did tease that they give them a title shot with Rizzo,
but they lost.
But yeah, Rizzo shouldn't have brought that news until he did. It cost them the match because they were thinking too far ahead. Like, we can beat the Wolf Dogs.
Well, I don't think he believed they could beat the Wolf Dogs in his hype up speech to Stax.
That's true. But I don't know. I do not know who's going to take these titles off of, because I don't think it's going to be long. This is a transitional change.
Yeah. This was the best episode. This was the better episode of the 2 shows. But I still think Raw gets. I feel like Raw is still the better show of the week.
Yeah, I give Raw still the best show of the week. I think SmackDown's gonna have them both beat. It just seems like it has.
I don't know. I think we might just have that moment again. I think we might just have the 10 minutes of Bloodline.
Yeah, Well, you know, and they've extended that to like 20 minutes. They do commercial breaks in Bloodline
Actually,
stuff.
you know
We get
what?
commercial
It's
breaks in Roman
the,
entrances now.
it's the Rock. It's the Rock too. So maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a longer segment, but I think whatever they do on SmackDown, that's 20 minutes or 25 minutes or whatever they give them time to do, is gonna be better than Raw and NXT and AEW. Although I give AEW and NXT, it might be a tie this week.
No, it's not tied for me. For me, NXT was way better than AEW, only because it was like there was so much going on it that actually made more sense than actually what was going on AEW.
Also true. I could second that one with you. Yeah.
Like when I watch most of this stuff, everything seemed to have a purpose, whereas like with the exception of Von Wagner and Robert Stone.
Well,
I'll give it
maybe that's the tag team, Eddie. That's gonna win.
Oh no.
That might be the tag team because I don't really know where we're going with the Gallus and shit with Ridge. What is going on? With
Yeah,
that?
I don't know either. Maybe that. Yeah, I don't know I don't know what's going on with that. But I think it's good what they're doing with Ridge is to build him back up because he really didn't have anything.
Yeah, he didn't have anything on the what you call it.
Yeah.
With
But yeah, everything just seemed like it had a purpose on this show. Whereas in regard to Dynamite, it just didn't. It was like you've got pay per view coming up in
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and like you've got some stuff set in stone. It's just like Like I know you bring it on pay per view, but like some of this stuff is so convoluted. It's just like, why is this it?
Yeah, like I'm not sure what's on the card for the pay per view. Or then the triple threat match, Tony and Deanna, and Roddy and Orange Cassidy. Oh, they added Takeshita and Ospreay, which was kind of
the tag match, the Sting tag match.
Yeah. You know, if they left the card like that, that's a solid show. It's a solid show that you don't have to bloat it with any other extra matches.
Well, you know, another 4 matches is going to be added to that, plus a pre-show.
Oh, that weekend is going to be 20 other matches.
Yeah.
Go like, Willow versus so-and-so, and Statlander this, and so-and-so versus that. And the CMLL guys are back to fight Bryan Danielson.
It's the preview to March 29 in Mexico City. But yeah,
they need some juice in AEW. I don't know what it is. It needs a lot of. They need an injection of energy.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for big business, and I think that's the injection they're hoping for.
Yeah,
it does feel like Revolution is kind of like meh. They're building to this big business thing.
Yeah, because the show, even when MJF was on it, felt like, we're losing steam. But without him, it feels like, man, they've lost a lot of star power on this show. It feels like, I don't even know what it is. They have people on there, but it's just
they've lost loads of star power recently.
Yeah, Adam Cole's limping around, not doing anything.
MJF's not around. Kenny Omega's not around.
The Blackpool Combat Club is doing random shit.
Pac's looking to make a return again. All over the place.
Where's Ray Phoenix been?
Yeah. So yeah, I do you know the other thing that sucks is the buzz with TNA feels like it's gone now because they fired
Scott D'Amore.
So that buzz they had going for them is like it's been overshadowed. It's like I don't care about TNA again.
This one I got invested. You broke my heart again.
just when they were back on the map with some heat, they put out.
New Japan, I don't know if they have any momentum really right now. They seem like to be just losing people like every day. But you know what? The NWA signed Paul Burchill, so wrestling is safe.
Did they hire a sister?
Oh, you know what? Whatever happened to her?
She wasn't a good wrestler, Marcus. That's what happened to her.
He's disappeared. Last time I saw her, she was Winter at TNA. Never to be seen again.
Yeah, so the dumbest wrestler of the week is Matt Taven. Who is your dumbest wrestler of the week?
Barrett Brown for taking the match to fight Wardlow.
Nah, you take a payday, Marcus. Payday's a payday.
Yeah, what's the money worth for if I'm gonna die? And all that money he got for that death, man, he went straight to his medical bills. The man is dead.
Yeah, so that is today's show. Me and Marcus will be back on Saturday with the SmackDown review. We ain't watching Rampage. If you think you're coming for Rampage, you ain't getting it.
In fact, you're more likely to get the Celebrity All-Star Game recap from me than you will for what happens on Rampage. Just saying.
If you don't want to know what happened on Rampage, stop listening now. Doing it now, Marcus. Sammy Guevara defeated Jeff Hardy in a no DQ match. Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs defeated Hit Romero, Cruz, and Shimbashi.
Yeah! Yes, they did! Yes, they did! In Texas!
Queen Aminata defeated Anna Jay. And the Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Something had to give in that one. Those are two people that I've never seen win.
The Bang Bang Scissor Gang defeated the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds, John Silver, Evo Uno, and the Total Nonstop Assholes, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh.
What are those teams? The Dark Order still thing. I haven't seen Jeff Jarrett in forever. And you know what, man? He's missed. I missed talking shit about Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, so that happened on Rampage. If you don't like it, we're not going to talk about it. Clearly,
wait, did you say Satnam Singh wrestled?
Yeah, Marcus was a 12-man tag. You know, I'm never going to watch a show with a 12-man tag.
Did they team with Jay Lethal?
Yeah.
I thought they broke up. I remember seeing them break up. Whatever. No one else is following this shit. I'm not going to stress on it. Like, they broke up, didn't they? No, I have to watch Rampage, Manny. I have to watch Rampage.
Yeah, that is today's show. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. And join us this Saturday for a special Saturday edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show, because Eric is away taking pictures. I'm not going to say it again. Makes you sound like a predator.
But yeah, he's
going to Eric's busy.
Yeah.
Eric's busy. We ain't going to say he's on assignment because that makes us accomplices, and we are not accomplices on what Eric's currently doing.
Well, his wife's already an accomplice, so whatever that gives.
Yeah, so join us on Saturday.
Yeah,
they ain't bringing that back out.
Bring that shit back.
There's too many licensing issues with that.
Who cares? Who cares? I want to see Kanye West fight Taylor Swift in a video game, and I know that may not happen, but that would be dope. Or if I could get Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, and Megan Thee Stallion in a triple threat match. Give me all of that. Sprinkle some Ice Spice in there. We got a game. Ty Dolla Signs. You can throw them all in there. You can get ugly ass Jay-Z in there. Come on.
No, because the match we all want to see is Swiss Beats versus Usher.
Yes! After he got his woman pregnant on TV.
Man, groped that. Groped it. Multiple times.
Yep. Bring back Def Jam Vendetta. Fuck everything else.
Yeah, so we out. We've gone over the time this time.
Well, no, it's impossible to do this show in 30 minutes. It's 2 shows. It's 2 shows in one. This is the jam-packed Thursday show. 2 shows in one. Impossible. I mean, it's possible. I mean, we could have really went yada yada. Dynamite started, matches happened, people kicked out of big moves. Main event. NXT, you could have reviewed it like this: Sneak Attack, Bob Backlund impersonation.
No, you can't do Bob Backlund
impersonation
like that. You can't do, especially on this show. You can't deal with the Bob Backlund impersonation just like that.
I'm tired of this oppression.
Yeah, you can't just not do. You have to handle that properly. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be back Saturday. I'll catch you later. Peace.